Oh, you're probably used to seeing me in my work outfit. Since we're just hanging out, welcome to your mid-November reading, Taurus. The Oracle. The Oracle who tells Caesar that he will die. Taurus, you have come upon an interesting time. A time where what you want is front and center. In a way, perhaps, that even surprises you. You feel the need to go for it, and you do. You feel the need to say it, and you will, or you already have. But the sticky part comes now, this week. Things aren't quite what they seemed, and although you've done your best to control the damage, might get a little messy. The thing about being the Oracle is that although you have great power, you can hardly ever use it. Say the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person, even if it's true, and you're the one that ends up on the chopping block. Say the right thing to the right person at the right time, and it can take you everywhere. Quite a gamble. The Oracle doesn't have much to say to Caesar except that the Ides of March are very dangerous. Taurus doesn't have much to say to anyone except that being in love with them can be a little bit dangerous, that being in business with them can be a little bit tumultuous. Taurus wants to warn everyone that they are about to act very much like a bull. Can anyone stop you? No, I don't think so. Emperor first card out is ego. Your ego is running the show at the moment. So although you are clear enough of heart to do whatever needs to be done, to do your work, although money is weird, to be a good family member, although it takes a lot, you need rest. You're doing it, but you could be so much happier. November has already shown you how you could be. Now, you need to speak it into being. Enough with telling everyone else the bad news. If you've recently had a very difficult situation with a fire sign, just know that that person is hurting quite a bit. If you've had a difficult time with authority, just know that that person is hurting as much as you are. Like I said, it's not always easy to know instinctively what's about to happen. Remember, Scorpio is witchy. Taurus is the sister sign, also witchy. Nature witch. The white witch. Quickly, your mistakes have become assets. Quickly, your fear has become movement. You may find yourself moving, running away from something that you thought you could never get away from. A lifestyle, a person. Also, if there's a Capricorn involved, you feel very desperately like you need to move closer to them, be near them. But I think it's also about running away from where you are and running towards that devil energy. The light is always attracted to the dark. Also, it's about Capricorn season and your ability to follow your path. If there's a Cancer involved, that Cancer Capricorn axis there, calling to you, needing a resolution, needing you to say something. Nothing gets done without you speaking your truth. Nothing gets done without you putting yourself on the line and being the oracle. Everything has been held up in Mercury retrograde because you refuse to speak. So now here we are. And I tell you, speak. But what if I fall on my face? Doesn't matter. You said being the oracle is dangerous. It is. What's my guarantee? You don't have one. Except not saying something guarantees that you stay where you are. Is that a guarantee you like? Hey, don't get mad at me. This is your energy. Speak. Say it. Say how you feel. And in terms of money, if you're feeling that Nine of Swords energy, the devil, you know, Saturn is really kicking your ass. It wants you to save. It wants you to do better. It wants you to think in terms of money and not just in terms of your heart. Maybe you should listen. It's about time to listen. It's about time to finish up the process of pretending we don't know what's best for us. You're grown, you know. However you want to approach the Saturnian issues of your life, do it with utmost humility. However you want to approach the Chariot situations in your life, be it a Cancer or your life path, do it very carefully. I have a feeling that your words are being very misconstrued right now. So know that and work with it. Or wait until December to really express it. Take the next 10 days to think about how you want to express it, what you want to say. Nothing is more important right now than for you to purge whatever is causing these emotions. It's just not healthy. It's not healthy. Don't worry about money. I know it's becoming more and more of a concern, but it will even out the less you worry about it. The less you do this. The more this will happen. And this will happen. And this will happen. Should I keep going? And this will happen. Starts with letting go of that angst. If your conscience is clear, the way ahead is beautiful. I love you. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to the second part of your reading. Oh boy. This last day of Mercury, I'm almost afraid to do the reading. Tried so hard to get the Aries reading done today, and every single time there was a problem with it. When nothing else, The sound didn't work. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping against hope that even though this last day of the retrograde is pretty intense, that your reading will get through unscathed. I have, as you've noticed, gone very sparse with the presentation. But let's get right into it. The last thing I said in the first part was that if your conscience is clear, you've got nothing to worry about. And I think that comes across really clear here. Taurus, there's an interesting game being played here. There is a group of you that is evolving very quickly, and there's a group of you that is devolving very quickly. I think the Emperor and the Devil speak to that. I think the King of Wands and the Chariot also speak to it. So those of you who feel like you are on a spiral up, you may be moving, you may be leaving behind quite a painful figure in your life. Again, King of Wands, Nine of Swords. You find liberation in the leaving. You find liberation even in the loss. But for those of you, Taurus, that are devolving, and this may not be through any fault of your own, you just keep feeling the tug of that downward spiral in terms of bad decisions, in terms of mood, in terms of eating too much, whatever it is. For those of you, there is constant guidance recommended here. So the Devil card, that Saturn, Pluto event that we're waiting for in January 2020, this is a very clear sign for you that, considering you have Uranus in your sign right now, you need to be extra prepped. You need to really be on top of it, because when these energies hit, and they will, you being a sister earth sign, you're going to feel it more than other people do. And it is affecting your life. It's affecting your life in a big way. You are changing. And I think that when Taurus starts to change, there is always that fear that you could change more towards the dark side, if you will, than the light. And that's funny, considering that your sister sign was the weird sisters and you are the oracle. So in essence, you have a choice now between becoming the witch or becoming the seer. Becoming the witch means taking the power you are given now and using it in a way where you try to wrangle or manipulate the simulation to your will. The other way, the seer, much like the oracle at Delphi, is someone who sees and does not wish to exert control. We've been here before, Taurus. About once or twice a year, we have to talk again about your relationship with control. And here the relationship is laid out pretty clearly. If someone else has control in your life, you're either getting away from them or you're succumbing to despair. If you are unable to take control of your own life, even if no one else is taking the power from you, you are more than happy to give it away to someone who doesn't deserve it. For those of you who are playing that dangerous game of giving your worth over to someone else, I suggest you stop right away. It won't bring you anything. And it is when you realize that you are yourself keeping that Eight of Swords energy alive by expecting someone that you know is a deflective tactic on your part to not want to be successful, not want to be at peace, when you know that there is something that needs to be pulled out by the root and you refuse to do so, the Eight of Swords becomes your own doing. And then, of course, it follows that if the Eight of Swords is your own doing and you push yourself way over to one side, that the universe is going to try to balance you out. Wait, what? Says Taurus. Are you kidding? I can bullheadedly run in completely the other direction and the world's still going to give me the opposite? Well, yeah. Everyone knows you have a good heart, Taurus. It would just be very nice if you could make up your mind. Do you want success? Do you want family? Do you want friends? Do you want love? Or do you want control? Do you want dominion? Do you want to manipulate? Do you want to bend things to your will? Do you want freedom? Because if you want freedom for yourself, then you have to be willing to give it to other people. Do you want honesty? Because if you refuse to be honest with the people around you about your intentions, no one is going to be honest with you. This is where you find yourself now. The world is reacting to you exactly as you usually react to the world. It reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode where a man wanted everyone to be just like him because he couldn't stand everyone else. And then he realized when everyone was just like him that he couldn't really stand him. And that it was never the other people he couldn't stand, it was just him. That's where we find ourselves. How you feel about you is slapping you in the face all around you. Wherever you look, the universe is hitting you back with it. This is who you are. This is how you are. This is how you feel. This is how you treat people. Where does that leave you in particular, you, Taurus? Look around at your life. It'll give you a very good indication right away. And from there, you have some choices you can make. Do you want to rage against authority for no reason, or do you have a very good reason? Is it meaningful? Do you want to break with tradition only because you are bored, or because something really important is happening that you're willing to sacrifice for, that's worth the sacrifice? Are you spiraling out of control in a glass case of emotion about someone, or are you just running away from your own reality? Oh yeah, the next 10 days are deep. And things get very interesting. We'll look at that in the extended. I'm going to do it right now before anything else happens. Love you.